Hey everybody, happy Friday from the very voluptuous Mr. Sassy. As you can see, I came out tits blazing today. It just happens to be how I am right this second. I'm not doing it for this video, but I just got a corset in the mail. A corset story. Let's see if we can get it better. Yeah. Which I think I might have to return because it's all the way closed and back, so I think it's a little bit too big, but just had to wear it for a little bit. We'll see. Anyway, today, I'll get my light right here. My lamp is right in my eyeballs. Today I'm going to talk about the things that I hate about my job. I know that sounds a little bit negative, and maybe it is, but I've recently discovered that apparently most of the people that watch my YouTube channel so far are clients. So, if you're going to watch what I have to say, then maybe you should know the things that you guys do that absolutely make me want to throat punch you. Now, I never have, and I never will, because I don't condone non-consensual violence. However, sometimes you guys just fucking drive me out of my mind. So, the biggest thing, and I'm gonna get up on my feminist soapbox here for a minute because I think this is what it all comes down to, is that most of the guys that talk to me need to be deprogrammed. And when I say deprogrammed, I mean they have this sexual urge to submit, to be taken over, to be controlled. But in order to do that, they need to get a hold of me, fine. And in their dealings with women, because it's not, in the moment yet, or maybe for them it is, they're used to treating women in a certain way, or maybe not even women, but just used to talking to people that work for them, or like, I'm paying you, you're doing this service for me, so you're at my beck and call. Or I require this information and you had to do it right now when I tell you to. Like, you are paying me, and you're paying me a decent amount of money, but I have complete control over this situation, and if you are not okay with that, then you don't get to be my client. You don't get to be my submissive. You don't get to get any of my attention. Because that's how this power exchange works. And I think that a lot of men go through their life demanding things and expecting their demands to be met, especially if they're giving somebody money. And that, I think, is the big thing. Like, I'm giving you money, therefore you have to do what I say. But you're giving me money so that you have to do what I say. See how that works? So even if we're not playing yet, even if we haven't booked a session yet, the role play doesn't start until I say it starts. And I just need these guys to know that you don't get to control the situation at all. At all. You get to tell me what's okay, what you're into. I'm never gonna do anything to you that you don't want. I don't do any kind of consensual non-consent whatsoever. But I call the shots. And the biggest reason is safety. The other reason is that the reason I chose this to be my career, or at least one of them, is that I am absolutely done putting up with your bullshit. And by you, I mean the patriarchy. I mean every man that's ever demanded that I do anything for them. I mean anybody that's ever expected something from me, either because I'm a woman or because they're paying me. I am not here to live up to your expectations. I am here to do weird shit to you and to get you off and to take your money. That's what I'm here for. And this is why I chose this job, because I love this. Because I love to do this for you. Because I love to do this to you. But you don't get to tell me what to do. And you certainly, now this is the big one, don't get to have my attention whenever the fuck you want it. And I think this is like where it all comes down to, is that men grow up thinking that they get to have, like society says, if you give a woman money, or if you buy her flowers or jewelry, or if you take care of her financially, you put her up in a nice house, you marry her, whatever, if you're doing anything to take care of a woman, especially if it's financially, then you get her attention whenever the fuck you feel like it. And that's not how it goes. Yes, you are paying for my attention. Yes, you are going to get my attention, but you get it on my terms. And this is non-negotiable. The other thing is, when you're blowing up my phone, texting me long-ass text, like, telling me your whole fantasy and expecting me to read it and, like, live out every tiny, minute detail of your fantasy before you've even paid a deposit, you're not paying for my attention at that point. You haven't paid for my attention. You're expecting me to give you attention before you pay for it. No, that's not how this works. No, you don't. If you're shopping for a new pair of sneakers, you don't get to go play basketball with them before you buy them. That's not how it fucking works. You pay for my time. You pay for my attention, and that's not just when we're in the session. If you want me to talk dirty to you before you get there, fine. Give me money. Because you expect your time and attention to be paid for when you're at your job. But you think because I'm a sex worker, that doesn't work that way, right? And I think this is another thing, another reason why clients expect for me to give them whatever attention they desire, whenever they desire it, is because I'm a sex worker. And this is what I do, right? This is my job, right? Yeah, it is my job when I'm on the clock. But when I am out running errands, when I am spending time with my family, when I'm hanging out with my friends, when I'm at a concert, whatever, I am not on the clock. So leave me the fuck alone. I don't mind if you send me a text message or whatever saying, I would like to try this thing. When are you available? Okay, fine. I will respond to it eventually. If it's tomorrow morning, it's tomorrow morning. If it's right now, it's right now. But I'm not going to respond if you blow up my phone, if you text me saying, ask me one question, and then, hello? Are you there? Hello? I'm fucking talking to you. Cool. I'm busy. I have a real life. Whoa. This sex worker, this woman, is doing something that's not about me? Whatever shall I do? Fuck yourself. That's what you can do. If you do not respect my time, then I don't respect you at all. And you are not setting foot inside my play space. Another thing. I get a lot of phone calls. Okay? Guys want to, and people, want to tell me all about their fantasies and also tell me how beautiful I am and whatever. Yeah, okay, stroke my ego, fine. If I tell you I have to get off the phone, get off the fucking phone. I do not want to talk to you on the phone for more than 5 minutes unless you have given me money specifically to talk to you on the phone. Does this make sense? Because that is my job, and you have not paid me jack shit, so I'm not engaging in your fantasy. I'm not going to talk dirty to you. I'm not going to talk about what I'm going to do to you. We can discuss the fetishes that you would like to, be like me to do for you. You can say, okay, I'm into strap-on. I'm into face sitting. I'm into feet. Okay, cool. Is there any one specific detail that I should know? Fine, you can tell me that. But you can't go on and on about your fantasy. Okay? If you want to do that, start a blog or a YouTube channel. It works great. What do you think I'm doing right now? Definitely not calling somebody whose job it is to talk to you. I wouldn't call a therapist and be like, hey, I might be interested in booking a session with you because I need to talk about my feelings, and then just immediately launch into talking about my feelings. No. No, 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 no. You don't get attention you haven't paid for. And I know that you're excited, and I know a lot of guys don't understand, and they're not thinking about it. But I think that you're not used to listening to a woman say, you don't get any more of my time right now. You get the time that I give you, and you will be fucking grateful for it. So get off my phone, get out of my text messages, book a session. Tell me when you want to come to see me, when you want me to come, dates, times, fetishes, and that's all I need. And I don't want to fucking hear from you again unless it's about the logistics. And I know that's not sexy, and I know it feels unnatural because it's about sex, and that's not really how booty calls work, and you want it to feel like a booty call, but it's not at all. I'm not your fucking booty call. Can't text me at 2 a.m. and be like, you available? That's another thing that gets me. You available? Right now? Am I available right now? Well, I'm sitting on the couch in my pajamas watching Netflix. So no, I'm not available because you didn't schedule an appointment. Do you call your doctor like that? Hey, are you available? You set up a fucking appointment. What are you doing? Okay, I get it. There are some sex workers that that they are on call, I guess, some of the time. And I mean, great for them, but that's not how I work. Do you see this face that I just put on? I have to put on my face, I have to take a shower and then put on my face, I have to do my hair, I have to find my outfit, I have to get a babysitter, I have to make sure that everything in my life is kosher so that I can go to work. That's how this works. Okay? Just like you have a schedule, I have a schedule. Okay? If you are a contractor, if you are a businessman, and it's the weekend or whatever, and your boss calls and says, hey, are you available? What are you going to say? Fuck off. No, I'm doing my own shit. I mean, maybe you won't. Maybe you're dedicated enough to your job that matters more than what you're doing, but I value my downtime a lot. A lot. Because I'm very busy. I do lots of things. So when I'm not doing a thing, I don't want somebody to just expect me to, sure, I'll come spank you right this second, even though I'm in the middle of a Netflix binge, even though I'm in the middle of a very important conversation with my sister, even though I'm taking my son to school right now. Sure, I'll just drop everything that I'm doing and come, facilitate your orgasm. You know what? That's what porn's for. Okay. Ranting a lot here. Let's see other pet peeves. Flakes, obviously. If you make an appointment with me and you have to reschedule, that's fine. If you make an appointment with me and don't show up, don't expect me to give you any sort of leeway again, because you're wasting my time. And this is why I require a deposit. And every once in a while I will let a deposit slide if it is a last minute appointment, or if it's a client that I've seen before and I know that they're not going to flake. But when I was first getting into this business, it would happen to me all the time, and that's why I require a deposit. And people are like, well, I don't want to give you money because you might just be a scam artist and blah 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 blah. Like, if you can't afford a $50 deposit, you can't afford a $250 session. So I have a website, I have ads, I have this YouTube channel. I'm obviously a real person, and this is my business. I get taxed for this shit. This is my only income. So I'm not gonna fucking flake on you. So please don't flake on me. Respect my time. That's the biggest thing it comes down to, is respect. And I think that it's not, not just men, people in general don't feel like they have to respect sex workers. Even if it's a sex worker that's going to tie you up and do very painful things to you if you don't respect her, I think that people just like, well, she's morally and ethically less than me. Like, no, because you're engaging in this too. So you're not better than me. You're just as fucking weird as I am. And you're down here with me too. If that's the opinion that you have of sex workers and you pay sex workers to do things to you, then you are on the same exact level. I might be even better because I'm doing it as ethically as possible. Can you say the same? In every case, probably not. Maybe. Maybe you're a bachelor. Maybe you're in an open marriage. That's not really my thing. What you do when you're not with me is none of my business. I'm not going to fuck up your shit because I know you won't do that to me, right? I'm not going to ruin your marriage. I am going to try to keep you occupied so that you don't bother me. So, I don't know exactly how I got on that tangent, but just respect my time. Respect that my attention is given to you as something that you pay for. It is not pro bono. It is not something that you just, are owed. And I think that is something that is what has to be deprogrammed. Is that you are not owed my attention. Just because you might give me money at some point, theoretically you're going to book a session and come and see me. If you are going to give me money in the future, great, but that does not mean I owe you anything right now. The most that I owe you is a guarantee that I will provide you the best experience with your fetish or your kink as possible. I don't owe you a paragraph or a 20-minute conversation about what I'm going to do to you. If that's what you want, if you want that kind of detail, then I suggest you get on FetLife and find somebody to play with that can be a long-term partner. But if you want somebody that is going to come and do these things to you on Thursday or whatever, 2 days from now, a week from now, then you don't get to dictate that to me. You don't get to tell me every single fantasy you ever had and then expect me to just magically fill that role. That's not what I do. I'm here to give you a wonderful time, get you off, send you on your way. And I know that a lot of people might think that what I charge is really steep for that, but I have a shit ton of equipment. I go to classes. I travel across the country to go to conferences to educate myself about this stuff. So there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes that you don't see. So you're not just paying for my time. You're paying for my education. You're paying for my equipment. You're paying for me to invest myself in you, in your experience, but you are not paying for my attention outside of your session. Ain't no one got time for that shit. Well, I mean, somebody probably does, but sure as shit ain't me. So, I guess I'll leave it at that. Now that you have a lot to process, I'm sure I scared away a handful of you. Oh no. As far as I can tell, that's just the culling of the herd. So, if you are still interested, email thesassymistress@gmail.com. Or check out my website, my Facebook, my Eros ads, whatever. But if you're not willing to abide by my terms, bye, bitch.